So Black Ops Cold War's multiplayer might be a little bit different than we thought. If you look at the Microsoft Store page, it says that the multiplayer is 2 to 20 for local, 2 to 40 for online, meaning that Ground War is likely going to be 20v20 instead of 32v32. That alone is interesting, but it's also interesting to me that in the initial teaser that we have seen here of Cold War, they showcase vehicles being utilized. So this got my gears turning. Vehicles might be a part of traditional multiplayer. We'll have to wait until the multiplayer reveal, so just take this video with an absolute grain of salt. But from this little teaser trailer, it kind of looks like a 6v6 map with people driving dune buggies around. And I do believe that this chopper is not a vehicle that you can pilot, but more so a kill streak. I think this is the chopper gunner kill streak returning, but I could be totally wrong. See, I for one don't mind if Black Ops Cold War kind of borrows a page out of Halo's book. Putting some vehicles and potentially some power weapons around a map will definitely add a lot of character. You see, you could have a map with areas that are non-traversable unless you have a vehicle. Maybe it like kills you if you go out in the desert for too long unless you have a dune buggy. This is all speculation just from this little clip, and I imagine I'm gonna get blown out of the water when September 9th comes around. I'm gonna watch it and go, oh, okay, so that was Ground War, and Xbox's page just didn't update properly. But I do wonder, maybe, we'll see what we saw with Anya Palace. When you play 10v10 on Anya Palace, yes, I know that's really a Ground War map, but when you play 10v10 on it, there are still the ATVs lying around. I, for one, enjoy that. In fact, I would love it if like 6v6 hardpoint on something like Grozny Raid had ATVs, because the map's pretty big and it'd be really great to control the vehicles and be able to get to hardpoints faster. But of course, if somebody has an RPG or a javelin or something, they can take you out really easily. I don't know. I don't mind the idea of sort of these traversal vehicles that help you get around certain points of the map. I think that'd be a fun gimmick, and again, would add more character to the map. Further speculation and a little bit of wishing is that I kind of want power weapons to return. And by return, I mean be implemented for the first time ever. Like a Call of Duty game where you can pick up a fire shotgun or something like a shotgun with frag rounds, similar to how Battlefield 4 handled power weapons, or a sniper rifle that one-shots to any part of the body but is incredibly slow and requires you to prone before you fire. Fun power weapons that people will fight over, which would make Team Deathmatch a lot more interesting. Game modes like Team Deathmatch would focus around power weapons. So even in non-objective game modes, there's a little sub-objective. Control the power weapons. Don't let them get the grenade launcher, the one-shot sniper rifle, the frag round shotgun. Don't let them go and grab those. Keep control of them for yourself. This would also be similar to specialist weapons. This is one of the things I compared specialist weapons to a long time ago, is it's like Halo power weapons without the actual risk of going out and grabbing it yourself. So instead of specialist weapons, one of their more noob-friendly casual elements could be power weapons that you have to go and grab. Perhaps a grenade launcher that has 6 grenades that's similar to the War Machine, but it's stuck up in a building that's kind of hard to get to. Or a frag round shotgun, like I said, just sort of, blatantly copying Battlefield. It could be in the middle of the map with no cover around it. And so if you go and grab it, you have then, let's say, 12 shots of frag rounds, taking about 2 to kill a person very easily, and you can go around and decimate people, but of course it's Call of Duty, so all the guns are very intuitive and you can be taken off that streak nice and fast. Maybe a map could even have a sword sticking out of a wall or out of a pile of dirt, and then you can go and grab it, and then you have a one-hit melee weapon that allows you to move a bit faster. Is this silly? Is this corny? Yes and no. A little bit of on-site procurement doesn't really bother me at all when it comes to realism. Finding a weapon and utilizing it against your opponents, I think, is skill-based and fun. It's even more dramatically powerful in something like Halo because the time to kill in Halo is longer, so if somebody has something that can kill you in one shot and you only have an AR, you're not really going to win that engagement if they play their power weapon to its strength. Call of Duty's not that way. Somebody could grab a grenade launcher and work really hard to get it, and then immediately get killed in 4 shots by an AR. We're playing COD after all, so they wouldn't be map controlling unless the person that grabs it stays alive. And yes, they could camp in a corner with it, but the real motivation should be to go fuck people up in their spawn. And so, since score streaks are likely making a return, you could get bonus score from using these power weapons off the map. So people would fight for them even in non-objective game modes because they want more XP, they want more score for their score streak, and I think that would overall be kind of a fun mechanic. Basically, it's a way for specialist weapons to return, but have them be scattered around the map in a more practical way. That way, learning weapon spawns and weapon respawn timers is important. As long as they don't mark them on the map for everybody, you have to actually go and know where that weapon is. I think that would be best. So going back to the vehicles we see in the trailer, it'd be also really cool if 10v10 or 6v6 even had like 2 dune buggies on each side that you could use to run people over, but maybe they're very exposed. So you have no offensive abilities, all you can do is drive really fast, but you could still immediately get taken out by an RPG or a sniper rifle. So really they're there as a bit of a gimmick. Maybe not the most fruitful gameplay addition, but it would add a little bit of flavor to a formula that's sort of been done to death. So yeah, I'm essentially saying, take specialist weapons, ones that make sense, ones that are practical, like grenade launchers, a sword, a sort of explosive shotgun or something like that, and put it around the map as an item that somebody can go collect. I also hope for the return of field upgrades that are non-lethal, and that's kind of what we have already in Modern Warfare, minus stopping power rounds. I don't really need that one to return. I think that's a little bit inconsistent, it's a little bit weird, not really a fan of it. But one of the other cool things about adding vehicles to a map is it opens up how many things you can do. So instead of a map where you're on a yacht, similar to Hijacked from Black Ops 2, you could have 2 yachts that are across from each other in the water, and you can use jet skis to go over to the next boat. It'd be a fun 6v6 map with a lot of long-range engagements and sniper duels, but then you can use jet skis to go and flank them. So you can either choose to respawn on a jet ski or choose to spawn on the main decks. They could do interesting things like that, gimmicky maps that play different than all the other maps that have these vehicles. So really they could have 6v6, 10v10, and then vehicle 10v10, vehicle 6v6. I'd honestly love a map where you have to use a hang glider or a grappling hook as well. I think that'd be pretty sick. If you go find a grappling hook and then use it to get to high points faster, and then get killed and drop it, and then that person can take the grappling hook, that adds a dynamic we've never really seen in COD before. People would be encouraged to go fight for power weapons instead of sitting in a corner or just abusing objective points to get specialist weapons that allow them to decimate entire teams and then do it again later at no extra cost to themselves. Again, all of this is speculation and wishlisty stuff. I know that it's not the most in-depth analysis you might want to hear, but it's something I would personally enjoy playing around with. It's something that I think could make the multiplayer experience simultaneously more frustrating in some areas, as well as more dynamic and fun in others. It's a shift to the COD formula that doesn't ignore why people play Call of Duty, because one of the main things about Call of Duty is going on kill streaks. And the whole concept of specialists just sort of charging all the time and then speeding up once you play the objective or something, and then the specialist weapon allows you to kill a room full of people with 2 button presses. To me, that's more counter to the Call of Duty formula than scavenging weapons off of the map that might be useful or more powerful, maybe more situational, but could still be very good. Basically, specialist weapons that take some skill and time to go get and to earn, and also, it's not like somebody randomly has gravity spikes. When you see somebody heading to a room where a grenade launcher spawns or where the sword is, you know likely what they're going there for, and you and that person can duel for it. The sword can maybe kill 3 people or 4 people before it breaks. The grenade launcher could fire slowly and have 6 grenades. The frag rounds could only have 12 frag rounds, and maybe they don't kill immediately, but they sort of do some stunning damage. The sniper rifle could one-shot anywhere in the body, but again, you have to prone or crouch to fire it. And maybe that sniper rifle could put a hole in a dune buggy or an ATV and like disable it immediately. So if somebody is running people over with an ATV and has a buddy on their back with a shotgun, blasting people away, you run to the middle of the map, grab the rifle, crouch, get ready for them, and blow the engine out of the fucking front compartment. I think that would be sick, it would be fun, and again, it wouldn't interrupt Call of Duty's core gameplay. It would add a new dynamic to it that isn't inherent bullshit. It's stuff that requires skill, map awareness, and the ability to win gunfights along the way. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you agree with me at all, or if you think I'm right in any way. See you when I see you. Goodbye.